Alright. So here we are. How much time is left on this? Kick me out? Get kicked me out. Yes. So, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into a 20-minute room. Anybody else who goes to ARV Collective, you can jump in this room with me. That's kind of the way this works. I'm going to begin a session. My mind is already relatively quiet. I'm going to turn on this again on a brand new 60-minute timer. Hopefully it doesn't fry my brain too much. Alright. There we go. 25, 26, whatever. We're going to give this a shot. This right here, that's my target ID. This is where you can describe your text impressions, but me, I'm going to upload and drag and drop here, because I like images and sketches and all that. And there's my timer. So, 20 minutes starts now. First thing I do is I imagine my awareness expanding. My awareness expands up above my body, above my house, up above my city, and up above my state, higher and higher and higher. Out and out above my country, and I can see the ocean now. I go further and further and further, until finally it feels like my awareness is looking down at all of the earth, to where I can see everything. Set my intention. It is my intention to see and describe the target image associated with target ID Henry 7 Zebra King John Queen 0 Edward. Line is my subconscious expression. It's a way to do ideograms if you're not very good at ideograms. I'm going to trace this line, pay attention to the way it feels as it moves around. Feels like I want to stop about right there. So I'm going to push into right there. I'm going to try to make contact with my target. I do this just by calling out to it. Almost like described in the past, like calling out to somebody in a crowded room, like you're trying to get their attention. Just calling out, target, target. Target. Right now I'm experimenting with trying to keep this like disinterested kind of attitude. A very emotionally neutral attitude. Whatever happens, happens. Very empty and zen so that my emotional state doesn't cloud or color the emotions that I get from the target. So I'm just very calm. I'm going to ask my first question. What does this target feel like? Take your time. Just wait in your quiet mind as you stare at the back of your eyelids. Just wait for sensory impressions that feel surprising to bubble up. What does this target feel like? What does this target feel like? You don't get anything in your first little bit? Write the target ID again. 7, Zebra King, John Queen, Ocean Edward. Ocean, not a 0. What does this target feel like? That did its job. This target feels like contrast between distances. Like there's a significant difference between the foreground and the background. There's some shapes standing up in the foreground. Ew. That feels vertical at the bottom, and it attaches to some horizontal element at the top. Feels like it's connected by a joint. Feels like they're connected by a joint. that lets the top part kind of turn and swing around. Okay, so that's one scan. Do another scan. How much time do I have left? All right, that took about 10 minutes. I'm going to try to do at least one more scan. It's my intention to see and describe the target image associated with target ID. Henry, 7, Zebra, King, John, Queen, Ocean, Edward. Stop about right there. And I'm going to ask the question, show me something I'll recognize. Which is more of a command, but still, it works the same way. Henry, 7, Zebra, King, John, Queen, Ocean, Edward. Show me something I'll recognize. Show me something I'll recognize. It does feel like there's a sky color, which is very common. Not so common that you'll always get it right, so you can't just guess that and assume you're going to get some part of it. But still, I feel like there's a sky color. Feels like this is depicting some... feels fun. Feels like people do this together for fun. Like recreation, or like an exciting... some recreation event. People do this for fun. Exciting. Something high up. Like high enough you can see really far. Vertigo feeling. And then I'm going to declare my AO. was right there. I saw skydivers. Again, your AO is not necessarily what your target picture is going to be. Your AO is what your left brain comes up with in response to the information that you're getting from the non-physical. Because it's all sensory information, it's not analytical. You haven't experienced looking at the picture yet, so you don't have the information. But the non-physical version of you is able to, from the future, outside of time, experience the picture and make that information available to your conscious mind now. The non-physical you is always there. It's outside of time. That's my theory on everything. So there's some lore that supports that. Evidence isn't the right word, lore is. Alright, here we go. So this is pretty much done. I'm just going to, nope, not there. There we go. Just going to, that's not going to work. Sorry. The reason for that was I still had the tag from the previous screenshot blocking my way. So, there we go. How am I doing on time? Am I even going to make this? Yeah, I'm good. These are all models and stuff that I'm using. Screenshots. Go. That's today. I'll use this one first and then this one. And we'll submit. Judge takes a little while. The judge is going to check, see which Bitcoin price is available 5 seconds after it figures out what this picture is. And then it's going to tell me whether my picture most closely matched the actual outcome, which is Bitcoin price moves up or Bitcoin price moves down. Right now it's just figuring things out. This is the 5-second window where it's waiting to see how the price moves. So it's already made its bet based on my information. Alright, here's my target. Okay, this is the target picture you were looking for. Ready? Look. Oh, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Yes. So it's not exactly skydivers, but contrast between distances, not bad, not terrible. How do we do? 7 out of 10. I'll take it. When you're done, take a second and just reflect. Just reflect on the target image itself. Don't spend too much time focusing on what it is that you got right. This is one problem, one mistake that people make, is they'll be like, oh, I got this right, and this right, and this right. The point is, this is your target picture, okay? You want to spend as much time as you can reacting to the target picture itself, because this is the moment when you're gathering subconscious sensory impressions. Your non-physical self has now seen the picture, it's reacting to it right now using your body, and it's going to send those sensory impressions back to you in the moment when you're having your session. So you want to make sure you're actually looking at the picture. Don't just run right to the things that you got right. Okay, let's look at our session now. Contrast between distances. There's a significant difference between the foreground and the background. So there's not really a foreground or background here, but this is very far away. There's some shape standing up in the foreground that feels vertical at the bottom and attaches to some horizontal element at the top. Feels like they're connected to a joint or by a joint that lets the top part kind of turn and swing around. So the T shape, like the intersection of a horizontal and a vertical, it's not bad. Connected by a joint, I don't know. Able to turn and swing around, sure. All a little vague, though, which isn't uncommon for the first scan. This one's great. Sky color. Thank you. I'm always grateful when the subconscious is very good at figuring out some things specifically. Sky color is very good. Sunlight, white. The idea of reflection, the subconscious is very good at. But anyway, sky color. Some recreational event. People do this for fun, exciting, something high up, like high enough that you can see really far. Vertigo feelings. And then I saw skydivers. So that was really, really cool. These are the scores. You can take a look at them. These are the algorithms that I got right. You'll see that I got 7 of them right, meaning we would have been profitable 7 times. We would have lost money no times. And 3 of the algorithms gave it a pass. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see how the score did with it. So the score is the way the judge handles your data with 10 possible options, 9 of them being decoys and 1 of them being your actual target picture. In this case, it picked my target picture as the number 10, meaning the best possible option for all the pictures that it had available. So that's really good. This is a good session. The other thing that you should do is you should look at your description of the target image, not just the picture. Look at the description and read it. 6 jets fly in a type formation against a clear blue sky, emitting vibrant red, white, and blue smoke trails, creating a colorful and dynamic aerial spectacle. So I'm really glad that I got all that. All right, that's another successful remote viewing. I'm going to take just a second and I'm going to cool down, and then we're going to do another one. So I'm going to go back to the multiplayer. I'm in this room right here. This is the 20-minute room. If you want to do any sessions with me, you can go to arvcollective.com. You can sign up for an account. It's all free. Every last bit of this is free. And then you can jump into the 20-minute room and you can try doing this with me. You're welcome. You're welcome to do that. All right, give me a couple minutes to cool down here. Oh. What you don't want is you don't want to do session after session after session without like cleansing your mind a little bit. You got to do something different. Otherwise, you're going to lose your business. Like, you can't, don't make this thing the whole point of, your reason for getting up in the morning. This is just one more thing that people can do. Think about it like that. Otherwise, you start toying around with, delusions of grandeur and all that. Psychosis. Okay, cool enough. Oh. This is our next session. It is May 13th, 2026. The time is 23:50. I've turned off the binaural tones. I've listened to them enough. Try to quiet down. Now let's do the next target. Take a second and let yourself feel expanded. Let your awareness feel expanded out, out, out. Okay. It's my intention to see and describe. There's always a distraction somewhere. It's my intention to see and describe the target image associated with target ID 1 Lincoln Yellow 9 Union 6 Boy Mary. Focusing right here. Again, at first I'm just calling out to my target, trying to make contact. Target, target. Try to throw away all of the information from the last session that you did. Try and just burn that right out of your mind. It's no longer relevant. Your next picture could be anything in the world. You are completely blind. You do not know what the target's going to be. Just describe it. Target, target, target. What does this target feel like? One Lincoln Yellow, 9 Union, 6 Boy Mary. What does this target feel like? Again, just kind of disinterested. Feels like a pretty view. Hmm. Feels like a colorful view. Variety of colors above. A peaked triangular shape that feels natural. We're going to stop there because I had a pretty strong AO. Mountain. See if that continues. Because I had a strong analytical overlay, I'm going to take just a short break. I just count to 40. That's all I do. Second scan. 1 Lincoln Yellow 9 Union 6 Boy Mary. Step back and show me the picture. I want to stop right here. Step back and show me the picture. So I am now going to get rid of AO Mountain, even though I wrote it down. You're allowed to do whatever you want. You make your session look however you want to. There are no rules here other than blindness and feedback. You got to be blind to your target. You got to be able to see feedback when you're done with your session. Other than that, do whatever you want. This was almost like there were these There were these shapes that felt natural coming off of this like center tall. Felt like a plant, it felt like vegetation, but it felt like the center part was like this vertical bulb that was almost pointed at the top. So I need to start writing that down. Vegetation feelings. Wavy leaf like shapes on both sides, separated by tall. What is that word I'm looking for? It's like a thin football shaped central. Football shaped aspect in the middle. Aspect that feels pointy on top and catches my eye. Like the center of an exotic flower. Hopping against the green, lush setting. All right, I'm going to go with that. Oh, not here. That's right. We're doing it different. I almost always collect my picture like I just did there, but we're doing it different here. So this is only my second live stream. I have no idea how often I'm going to be doing this, but I like it so far. Get out of here. All right, how are we doing? Doing good on time. This one, then this one. Try to remain neutral. Sometimes it's hard to do that after a good hit. What's humbling is you will have misses. That's okay. This should be impossible. You should never get hits, at least not beyond random chance. And random chance is a lot harder than it sounds. All right. Wait for Matt's program to do its thing. The guy who created all this, there's two guys really everybody needs to know about. Matt Manna and Chase McCarty. We'll talk about them in a second. Okay, this is the target picture you were looking for. Ready? Look. Interesting. Very interesting. Centerpiece doesn't look natural, but there's a lush natural environment around. I'm glad I got that. I really like this idea of like this central shape. We'll go into this in a second. Let me just look at this. This is a round shape sticking up in a lush environment. Again with the sky. I didn't talk about the sky this time. All right, let's read this. Feels like a colorful view. Variety of colors above a peaked triangular shape that feels natural. That's not bad as far as a triangle goes. Variety of colors above that's not great. And just in general, there's not a wide variety of colors here, but I do like, there's the red and the green and the blue, and so I mean, there's a variety. Vegetation feelings, wavy leaf-like shapes on both sides separated by a central football-shaped aspect that feels pointy on top and catches my eye, like the center of an exotic flower popping against a green lush setting. Not bad. Let's see how to do. 3. Not bad. Let's see. Did I get a bunch wrong? So I got 3 right, 5 wrong. So in this case, that's a -2. So on the day we would have been profitable on 5. The rest is a wash. Still, not bad. Not great, not bad. All right, I think I'm going to call it a day. I hope you guys have enjoyed that. I'm going to do this more often, so if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm Craig. Um, I hope you get something out of this. Also, remember you can do this. Everybody can do this, so jump in. All right, thanks, guys.